to the Singletrack Session, number 82 here with the TrailManners podcast, once again in Bomber Studio. Better weather. Bus is still not running because I haven't tried to fix it because I'm not a mechanic. And I don't know what to do about it. So I have to tow it. I'm going to have to tow it or put it on a bed and take it somewhere. I got to get it fixed. I got to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
But we had some big news this week. We're going to jump right into the show. Just this past weekend, we opened up the Kids K for the Ogden Trail Running Festival. You can do that online. 100 spots open. Pre-register.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are going to get loaded up.
They are.
They're going to get some sweet swag, some shirts. It's free. Thanks to Mackenzie Exhibit here in Ogden, Utah. Stepped up. Title sponsor for the Kids K. Really looking forward to the race, especially with the kids. How many think we have registered so far? Top of your head?
20.
20? So we've got 80 spots.
Right.
Quick math right there.
That was some quick math.
Yeah, if you do it by tens, I'm pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I rounded it to 20 for you.
I almost said 4 just because I did divide, but that would have been off. So, yeah, we got about 80 spots left, so tell your friends. It'll be a lot of fun.
It's free.
It's free.
How can you say no?
I know, right?
Really?
You can come check out the Trail Running Festival, especially those that are running either the 10-mile or the 4-mile.
Right.
Which registration's still clicking along for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Still got time to register. I think you got 2 weeks to register to guarantee a shirt.
Okay.
After April 15th.
Oh, okay. So like close to 3 weeks.
Yeah, close to 3 weeks. So after April 15th,
not guaranteeing
not guarantee a shirt. And those are always pretty slick.
Yeah.
And your price is still going to be the same. So why not register now and get the shirt guaranteed?
Yeah, right. We're not going to bump that price up. It is what it is.
Yeah, we already did our math on that.
Yeah.
We can't change it now. Also, this weekend is Easter and April Fool's, same day.
Yeah.
So let's not be too cruel to your children out there. Maybe have a little fun with them.
Right.
But, not too cruel. So, because April will be on Sunday, right around the corner.
That's coming up fast.
It's crazy. I've been looking at dates to events and races, and, man, they're creeping up. You think you have time, but they just creep up on you, just like a brand new pair of underwear, until you get them broke in. They just
got to wash them
up.
a couple times.
Yeah, wash them, do some lunges,
or
squats.
in your case, take them off, hang them on the tree.
Yeah, well, whatever works. And so you brought that up. You weren't there, but I'm going to bring this up right now because this is really important information.
Okay.
And I'll get it later in the show as well. But last weekend was the Antelope Island Buffalo Run 50K, 50-mile, 100-mile.
Right.
So I went out to that just to hang out, talk to people, met some people for the first time.
Cool.
One of the people that I had met in person for the first time was Craig Lloyd.
Oh, nice.
And he just finished the 100.
Yeah.
And he was recovering a little bit, but he was there at the finish in a chair, just cheering everybody on, just like he does.
Right.
Just coming off a horrific BMX bike accident. I don't know if you ever saw that.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I follow him because he's got an Instagram handle for his BMX.
Yeah.
And he is a dang good BMXer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited because he's that good.
Did you see his wreck?
No, not yet.
Yeah, you got to go back.
Oh, wait a minute. I did see his wreck. He fell. It looked like he broke his
face.
Yeah, face and his collarbone.
Yeah, but anyway, he broke his hand.
Yeah,
his face is pretty jacked, but I saw him. He had his hand splinted and everything. But anyway, we're sitting there talking, and Logan Ledford was with us.
Right.
And we're just hanging out. And I don't know how the subject came up because you're at a race and just you talk about everything.
Sure.
But the pooping thing came up.
Gotcha.
And so Logan stopped the conversation, looked to Craig, and said, "Do you take your shorts off?" And Craig looks at him like he was crazy. He's
I know,
like,
right?
"No." And I'm like, "Come on." And so we had a conversation. It happened more than once. Like we kept going back and addressing it.
Okay.
And I think Craig Lloyd's going to give it a go.
Is he?
I was telling them the benefits, and everybody's looking at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, I don't understand why you would leave your shorts on. It makes zero sense to me, right? It's like, what's the purpose?
I don't know.
There isn't one because you think about it, and there's so many ways that things can go wrong.
Sure.
But when they're off, there's nothing going wrong, baby. You're not going to trip and fall. You're not going to get your feet caught up. You're not going to get stuff on them.
Right.
And so Craig's going to give it a go and report back to me.
Okay.
So I think this is going to
after his hand heals.
Yeah, probably.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then there was another gentleman there that just got done running, and I think he's on board. And I didn't
He was
catch
in
his
on the
name.
conversation,
He was sitting there going, "Yeah, that makes sense."
He's shaking his head like either agreeing with you or he's like, this guy's a dang
This
nutcase.
guy's a nut job. But and there are people listening around. You could every once in a while you'd see someone's ears perk up and listen. So I think this is going to be a trend. I really do. And the
no
debate,
no pantalones trends.
no pantalones in the bushes, because there's no debate. Like the more I tried to break it down for Craig and Logan and this other gentleman, you could see the wheels turning, and they're all kind of going, seriously, why wouldn't you? Like there is no reason not to.
I've got nothing for you, man.
Because the benefit way outweighs doing it the other way and having multitude of issues, right? You're on a slanted hill because you're in the mountains. You got them around your ankle. You turn to look. You stumble. You trip, and you know what I mean. You get
Next
caught
thing you
up.
know,
You're
you're 100 feet down the hill.
Yeah, walking like a penguin to get back to where you were. So,
right.
Anyway, we'll get to that, but you kind of brought that up first, so we'll get back into that. And I'm waiting for Craig to report back.
All right.
The other thing that happened this week, the tweener hats are up on the website.
Yes.
We've had them for about a month.
Right.
Had a lot of buzz.
Had to test them.
Had to test them out.
Yeah.
And we've already sold some.
Good.
Very limited edition. We only produced 50. Joel and I got one. That drops it to 48.
We gave one away. That's 47.
So there's not a ton left. We had sales coming in. They're a sweet hat.
They are.
So make sure if you're looking at them online, look at all the photos. 'Cause it's not just the front that you see. I mean, there's the back. There's under the brim.
Right, which I don't think I got a good picture of under the brim.
We'll get some more up there.
Right.
But, the tweener hats are on sale. And the shirts are all our shirts are almost gone. We just got another couple big orders.
Right.
So we're about out of swag minus buffs and hats.
Okay.
So we're working there. All right, so let's get into some happenings. So we talk about FKTs a lot on the show. But did you see the FKT from the Himalayan Trail?
A little bit. You
All
know, I started following this a little bit, but then there was a little bit of controversy surrounding it, so I kind of dropped out of following it.
Yeah, so it's the Himalayan Trail. Ryan Sands and Rhino Grissel did this, right? The record they set on this was 25 days, 3 hours, and 24 minutes.
That's a long time.
The previous record was 28 days, 13 hours, and 56 by Andrew Porter. So there is a lot of controversy because of the route.
Yeah, they didn't do the same route as Andrew, right?
Yeah, well, apparently the route changed, and if they would have stuck to this is where it gets really, you're going to have to look at a lot of different boards to read this, but it was like longer. Like for some reason, the route changed and made it longer.
Okay.
So they did the same distance of a route, but it wasn't the same route. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So the trail, I guess, got diverted or moved and made it longer or something, or they plotted it not correctly. But yeah, they went through hell, frostbite, starvation, 70,000 meters of gain and loss.
That's a lot in my book.
Yeah. And here's what I'm taking away from it. So this Rhino Grissel, he's talking about it, and he said, he had to take his gloves off quite a few times to read the maps and manage frostbite, which he says got painful. One of the villages they were going to stop and get accommodations for that they needed, well, it was deserted. It was like
nobody there.
Yeah, it wasn't a village anymore. And he says, I honestly believe that if we hadn't come across a monk in a monastery that night, we would have frozen to death.
Wow.
Was right, man. Could you imagine?
No.
I couldn't either. It's like, what's the deal here? But there's a lot of stuff to read. Ryan Sands, of course, and I don't know this Rhino Grissel as well. Ryan,
cool first name.
Yeah, Rhino.
Yeah, right.
But Ryan Sands has done a lot.
He's a good guy.
Super extreme conditions they were going through. Met a lot of people.
Right.
But crazy.
It sounds like a great story, but I don't think that one's on my bucket list.
Yeah, it's not on mine.
Yeah.
And speaking of bucket list, you see my post for you yesterday? On
me?
TrailManners.
Oh, on the
6-foot rattlesnake.
Yeah, I had a big fat nope on that one right there, buddy.
I looked at that. I'm like, what in the hell? And why would you catch
6
it?
foot. You see the guy had a heart attack 20 minutes after he picked that thing up.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't pick it up, have a heart attack, and then it just came over and started biting him.
So I started thinking of something we could maybe do this summer after you posted that picture.
Oh, okay.
It's like we should have a little contest between us.
Between us?
Yeah, between you and I.
Okay.
Who can find the biggest rattlesnake this summer?
I bet you win.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking for one.
I think we should run with a little tape measure, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then first we'll have to figure out how to wrangle them, right?
How to wrangle them?
Yeah, how to wrangle them. Step on their head maybe, and then kind of stretch them out with the
other hand.
With the other hand, with the tape in your hand, right?
Okay.
So we can just do a quick little measure.
Yeah, I think you're going to win this one. I really do.
I don't think that you don't seem to have the same enthusiasm I do for this.
Yeah,
this could be fun.
I see carrying like a hydration vest full of mice to entice them out of a hole.
Okay, that could be fun too.
Tie a fishing line around the mice's tail.
Oh, I like that.
We might get in trouble by PETA. you know.
Whatever.
But,
anyways.
I can't, and then I'd need an app to measure it because there's no way I'm touching it or getting. There has to be a measuring
bet you
app
there is.
for like fishermen or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to participate in this. You come up with the rules.
Now, see, it's just you and I, all right? This is obviously something we cannot have our fans follow along and participate in.
So you don't care about me as much.
I think that it'd be kind of fun. We should do that.
I don't understand. You're like the one that's like, you're terrified of snakes, right?
I would rather not see them.
But you want to touch them and step on their heads and measure them.
Yeah, that makes it kind of, it gets me a little more intimate with them.
Yeah, you can have that intimacy. You're going to have to come up with one hell of a prize for me to participate.
We'll figure something out.
All right, so we'll get back to that one. And don't you people comment on this either about what we should be doing. All right, speaking of extreme and crazy, Barkley's. We didn't preface this last week.
That snuck up on us,
Yeah, didn't it? Next thing you know, we're having podcasts. The next thing you know, it's like, hey, Barkley's going on.
Yeah, I know. I sent you a text. Is like, oh, Barkley's is going on. There goes my productivity for the day.
And you know what? And here's what I went back, and I didn't see as much lead up to Barkley's this year.
Oh, like zero.
As much as I did the last year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because of the films that were getting filmed or maybe the people we knew that were more involved with it. But it didn't really have the hype that I was looking for. But I went back and saw a few posts here and there.
Right. Which is kind of weird because the people that were in it this year were all super capable of finishing. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's, I posted, hey, what's your odds? And we'll announce the winner next week. Okay. Because there's so many to go through. Right. So we're going to announce the Barkley winner next week. But yeah, the course is ridiculous. It's already hard, right? And then you add the weather they had. Oh my gosh! I mean, come on. Some of the videos that were posted. It was by Leon.
Yeah, and just tweets, from people. There's a lot of people there. It looked like too, more and more spectators, and saw a lot more cameras there. Right. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it is what it is. Time will tell, right? Maybe the luster will kind of fade a little bit, and it'll.
Right. I don't know. I mean, nobody finished, so that makes it even more enticing next year.
Yeah, we'll see. 3 loops. Yeah. That was it.
Fun run for Gary.
And that's it. Yeah. I mean, people were like, this will be the first year of a woman finisher. Nope. There'll be 2 people going out on loop 5, and there was nothing.
That weather shut them down.
Volunteers had a short weekend out there, man.
They did.
And, so no finishers at Barkley. The course won. I'm sure Laz is smiling from ear to ear.
Just giggling.
Getting ready to put on his Bermuda shorts and head to the Caribbean, for a couple days to relax. But yeah, that's unfortunate. It was been fun to see somebody finish, and I'm still waiting, and I'm hoping. And who is it going to be? That first woman finisher?
I think that Amelia Boone has the best shot of anybody.
Man, it would.
If she can get her navigational skills down, because she's tough enough.
I'm so excited for it. I really am. Like there's got to be soon. Like next year, I want to see it.
I mean, it just depends on the weather.
Yeah, man, I'd love to see it. Speaking of women runners, Courtney DeWalter, she decided I haven't run a race in March yet, so I'm going to go down to Behind the Rocks, 50-miler.
Yeah, just go down there, run that, no biggie.
So, and it's not just winning the race for the females. She was 3 minutes behind the men's winner. Yeah. Kyle Pateri. Yeah. 3 minutes behind the men. Yeah. 3 minutes behind the men's winner. Yeah. That's awesome because we've talked about this on the show. Yeah. That gap closing between the male and female finishers at these elite levels. Right. And it's coming, baby.
It is. I think she's got the best chance out of anybody.
And it's not like it hasn't happened. There's definitely been women that have won races outright. We're not saying that. But some of these Behind the Rocks is in higher profile, but there's going to be some of that happening. Yeah. Right? And I can't wait. That's going to be awesome.
Top 10 for Western States.
Yep. That's going to be awesome to see that.
Not just top 10 women, top 10 overall.
Overall, a woman.
Courtney DeWalter.
Yeah. Well, she keeps it up, man. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so we're going back to Buffalo Run because you kind of threw me off there.
Sorry.
But that was last weekend. Like I said, I was out there for most of the day. Mm-hmm. It was super cool because I saw so much TrailManners swag on the island.
Oh, right on.
Met a few people calling. Mm-hmm. But it was like, I'm going to age myself, and I might even alienate some of our listeners for a minute here.
That's okay.
And I'm going to, I haven't run this by you yet, but here's where I'm starting this.
Go for it.
Romper, stomper, bomper, boo. Tell me who. Who do I see? Do you remember that when you were growing up? I can't remember what it was on, whether it was like
just a Utah channel thing?
No, it wasn't. I thought it was like a Mr. Rogers type thing. But they would start, and she'd have this magnifying glass. maybe that's what it was. It'd be like romper, stomper, bomper, boo. Tell me. And I see. And she'd be like looking and you were waiting for her to call your name.
Okay.
As you're watching the television show.
All right.
But so here's who I saw. Dan Wallace, Craig Lloyd, Jenna Bradford, Logan Ledford, Toby, Colin, Allie, Amy, Diana, Jeff, Mr. Speed Goat, Harry, Debbie, Brian, Jim, Karen, Michael, Kelsey, Andrea, Christy, Joe, Ryan. That's the ones I remembered because I didn't write this down. That's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people going on. Talked to Jeff Browning. He won in 15:57, the 100-miler, and he was sitting there next to Carl. And I said, well, and Jeff's like, I was going for Carl's record, but I had 36 miles of feeling sorry for myself because I wasn't feeling it. And I'm like, 36 miles of 100 ain't bad. I usually feel that way in a 50.
I feel that way in a 10K.
Yeah, and Carl looks at me. He's like, so you feel 36 miles of feeling bad for yourself in a 50? I'm like, yeah. He's like, so the first 14 you feel good? I'm like, no. The first 4 I feel horrible. So we had this long conversation. But it was super cool. I saw Toby out there on the island.
Right.
And we wished her luck the week before. She said she was at mile 35 and was listening to that podcast.
Oh, nice.
And heard her name called out. So cool. I saw her finish with her family and friends. Man, talk about excitement. Her friends were going nuts.
Really?
And she came over and told me the story. But I saw a moment. I can't remember who I was standing by. Might have been Brian and maybe Logan. But there was a gentleman that crossed the finish line. I don't know if he did the 100, the 50, the 50K. And I believe it was his grandfather was there at the finish line. And the guy came across. He was wrecked. He was limping. He looked horrible, right? Yeah. But he finished. Yeah. And the grandpa came over, and before the guy finished the turn, the grandpa you could see his eyes welling up.
Yeah.
And he hugged him, and just, you could see his eyes. And he was doing everything he could not to full-on cry.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I sat and stared for like 5 minutes, and I was trying not to cry. I'm like, that is one of the coolest things, because the grandfather was so excited. Yeah. And I think part of it too was he could see the pain the runner was in. Right. And was like feeling bad there. But it was so emotional. I'm like, man, I love this shit.
Oh yeah. It is. It's awesome.
I'm at the finish line, people coming across, running with their kids, limping across, complaining, happy, whatever it was. And man, I took a lot away from that. But yeah, congratulations to everybody out there. Toby, congratulations on your first 100. She said, word for word, I will never do one of those again. And I said, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And she came back and said, no, I told people to video me because that's the last one. And I said, okay.
Well, that might be the last one she does on the island. Yep. Maybe that's what she meant.
No, she meant overall. But
we'll give her another month.
Yeah, we'll send her some links.
Yeah, exactly. I know, Ray. She's got to do the bear at least.
Yeah, something. Yeah. But it was super cool just being there at the finish. Again, the race was really a successful race. A lot of people out there. Just met a lot of fun people though. Overall,
the race got sandwiched in between some weather.
Yeah, when I was out there all day Saturday, it didn't rain.
Right.
It was windy and cold, and then it would kind of not be as cold, and then get cold again. It was never like horrible, but it got horrible after the race. And I wasn't there Friday when the 100 started. Right. But I heard that was really bad in the evening. Super high winds. Might have rained a little bit.
When I was out there on Thursday, because I helped them set up, it was crazy windy.
Was it?
Yes. Like, we're going to get blown off this planet windy. Yeah. It was nuts.
I took the canopy out to see if I could maybe get some people on the mic, and I didn't pull out of the car. It was windy, and I don't have weights for it. I'm like, I'm not going to risk it.
Exactly.
And all you would have heard on the thing was, shh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because, of course, I didn't have the bus to sit in.
Yeah, it was fun setting up. I got to ride around on the little Ranger.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mark the course.
That's what I did last year.
That was fun.
Isn't it fun to go through the island that route?
It is. It really is fun to go. You're like, dang, we covered that course pretty fast. Yep. I'm digging this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And then, I didn't realize that you did this cross-country section to get over to that one campground.
Oh, yeah.
And we were marking that. Jim pulls off. I'm like, where the hell are you going?
Yep.
And he's like, oh, we're going to mark the course. And I'm like,
big, tall sticks.
Yeah. I'm like, really? You're going to make the runners follow these sticks?
Yep.
But it works.
Yep. That's Brock brings back memories from last year.
But that was good fun. I enjoyed doing that.
It's always fun to do. So let's see. What do we got? And there's a lot of other races this past weekend, like we mentioned, Behind the Rocks. A lot of, distances in the Buffalo Run. But this weekend is one that I know Joel's especially looking forward to watching.
Yeah.
Because he's going to do it next year. The Georgia Death Race.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one next year.
Come on.
Nope.
Keep talking about it.
I know. I've got other priorities.
GDR.
Yeah, I know.
So that's this weekend. And that you never know how that's going to unfold.
There's only a handful of like super fast people.
Our buddy Derek's going down there,
and that's the only person I really care about.
Derek Lytle.
Yeah,
I don't know who's all running. I know Derek is, so we talked to him, and he's been training pretty good for it.
Yeah, he has.
He looks good.
Yeah.
So yeah, good luck down there. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. And then this past week as well, as I mentioned, I have a flight voucher I have to use. I didn't realize it's almost been a year since I got it.
And you have to use it by the middle of May? What's the deal with that?
I got to read the fine print.
Okay.
Because I think I have to book it by May, but I'm not sure when the flight has to be. Like, I don't know if it has to be by the book date or if they'll let me extend it out.
Gotcha.
So I got to read the fine print.
Maybe you can pay a little bit of money to extend that out.
And I don't really want to. It would, but I really don't want to. Like, I've even looked at some locations going, I don't want to pay more than my voucher. Because I got to still get hotel, food.
Right.
And I really don't have money. But there's some really good options, though. People are posting.
About Juneau.
I know.
Larry
put. But the time of year I'd have to do it is...
Yeah, I mean, if you're confined to just the spring, Juneau, no bueno.
Well, and the problem is, like, this year, there's really not a free weekend from July until September.
Right.
I think I looked at it, and the optimal weekend for me right now would be the weekend of June 8th.
Okay.
That would be the weekend I'd like to go somewhere.
Okay, so Northwest would be pretty good then.
Yeah, but I'm heading to the Northwest probably in May.
Right, it's okay to go back again.
It is. It definitely is. Like, I'm not against doing that for sure.
The first trip up there, you're kind of getting your toe in the water. Second time, you're jumping in.
Yeah, so that's one thing. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. And people have got, like, Montana has been hitting hard. They've been coming at me hard, a couple locations. And I'm telling you what, if I did that, I'd just drive. Because to fly into Billings is an unreal pricing, and I could drive there in 7.5 hours, right?
But your flight voucher doesn't cover flying into Billings?
It's a $250 voucher.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But flying in, it's like round trip to Billings is over $400 during the time I'm looking. So
you have to cover the difference.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
No. So you're going to have to go to like Portland or...
Some of the main hubs, you could do Phoenix, Portland, Seattle, San Diego, Colorado's. I'm sure there's other ones. Like I said, I wouldn't mind going back east for sure. That's not out of the question.
Can you fly back there for that much money?
Alaskan Air has some pretty decent prices. I mean, there's some places I would pay extra to go.
Okay,
right?
Gotcha.
Like, I wouldn't pay extra to go to Billings. Right. And that's no offense. If I could just drive there for cheaper and take longer, but I'm okay with that. But if it was like D.C. or Vermont or, something like that, I would pay a little extra.
Okay, gotcha.
To do that. But then,
what about Hawaii?
Someone mentioned that.
Alaska
Hawaii
goes over to Hawaii?
I think so. I don't know. I'd have to look.
Okay.
But it might. But see, I come down to the same thing as lodging.
Yeah.
Like June to Hawaii is probably not cheap. Because school's out, so they can they can crank the prices up.
Right.
And again, it comes down to lodging. Because I just don't want to spend a lot.
Back up the Pacific Northwest, you got a bed up there. Better too, probably. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. So anyway, keep the ideas coming for me because I really do want to go somewhere different. Mm-hmm.
Kind of wouldn't mind putting my foot in the ocean a little bit, but then I don't want to limit myself to get some cool trees because the Northwest has the ocean, but my toes might get really cold.
That is some cold water. Yeah,
but I like cold too, so you never know. So anyway, I mean, this is just
I like the idea of British Columbia was on the list.
Yeah, I got to renew my passport.
Oh, you got to do that now, don't you? You can't go there for freebie anymore.
No, I used to do that in college, but you got to have the old passport now. Unless they know some secret trails that can get me in. And you
can run over the border?
Yeah, something like that.
Smuggle some poutine back.
Oh, man. That's probably... And the Mr. Big Bar.
Yeah.
Those are good, too. I can't find those anywhere down here. But yeah, keep those ideas coming because I'm still, like I said, June 7th weekend, maybe a couple days, 4 days, something like that. It's all going to come down to lodging.
True.
If it's expensive, then I'm shorter period or not going. If I can find something on the cheap, and I don't want to camp because I don't want to have to pack a tent, go on a flight, and all that type of stuff. So I know I'm being picky here, but I'm just trying to use my voucher.
Gotcha.
Because it's free and I'm cheap. Let's see what else we got going on. We need to do a contest.
Okay.
Because I've got an UltrAspire Alpha Vest in large and an UltrAspire Quantum Belt in medium. And these are brand new, never been used. They're still in the packaging.
Okay.
So we need to do a contest.
What colors are those?
I think they're the blue color.
Okay.
That dark bluish color.
With some red highlights, probably.
I can't remember.
I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah, I didn't study them.
They're good looking.
They are, and I use the Alpha Vest all the time. And I've used the
So are you going to give these
belt.
away to the same person, or we have two different winners?
Let's have two winners.
All right.
I don't think you need both. Let's spread the love. So we need to find a contest.
All right, let's do it on the Facebook post.
Joel's
is this number 86? Is this where we're at?
82.
We're on. Really? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
So Singletrack Session 82 on the Facebook post. You got to tag a friend that you would like to see wear this.
Okay, tag friend to wear. Tag a friend you would do a photo shoot with.
There you go. Ooh.
Right? You don't have to do the photo shoot when you get it.
I'm
If you wanted to,
I'm kind of liking
you
that.
might get an extra treat afterwards.
Uh-huh.
But let's do that. Facebook post, Singletracks number 82, tag a friend that you would wear this and do a photo shoot with.
Yes.
And if you want to, and you win, and you do the photo shoot, you might have an extra prize coming your way too.
Also, in your post, when you tag a friend, tell us which item you'd like to win.
Yeah, exactly. So I got the UltrAspire Alpha Vest in large,
right,
and the UltrAspire Quantum Belt in medium. And the Quantum Belt's cool because it'll hold a cell phone.
Right. And if it doesn't fit you, you cannot trade it in.
Yeah, no tradesies.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's the contest we got going there. Real quick too, I don't know why I didn't mention this. Joel just got a new ride.
I did.
So you pulled in, and I'm like, I think that's Joel because I see the beard and the red sunglasses.
Yeah,
but
pink sunglasses.
But he's usually drives a Volvo wagon.
Mm-hmm.
But right now he's got this charcoal, shiny, tired Xterra,
fresh from detail.
Nissan Xterra.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Xterra. Why'd you go that route? Because you've been talking about Elements, Xterras.
Those are the two cars I was trying to choose from.
Okay, so
an Element or Xterra, and there was a couple of Elements in Salt Lake that had my eye on, but they're a manual transmission.
Okay,
and my ass is old, and I don't want to go that route anymore.
You just want to put it in D and go.
That's right, put it in D and go. That'd be a good song title right there.
Put it in D and go.
But I was driving on Washington Boulevard, and our buddy Phil Mendoza owns a car lot, and they had a Xterra, so I wheeled it around, pulled in there, and it's good truck.
Nice.
It's basically it is a truck.
Yeah.
That's how it rides.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's a good car.
It's good looking.
It is. It's going to be a car I can keep for a while. That's what I was after, and we can go do a little four-wheeling if we need to.
Yeah, if you get in that spot.
Yeah, put it in the low 4 and go for it. It'll be a good camping car.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody's out there is looking for a 2010 Dodge Nitro and wants to overpay, let me know because I'm looking to get out from underneath that thing. Yeah, so if you're looking to like overpay on a vehicle, like sometimes you're looking for those really good deals.
Yeah.
If you want to go the other way,
right?
Let me know.
It's a good car. I've ridden in it.
It is
clean.
No,
it's well maintained.
It is. I take really good care of it, but I need to sell it, and I need to sell it for more than
the
Blue Booking at.
Yeah, exactly.
So just so you're out there, because there's people out there I know they're dying. It's tan.
They are generous.
It's
people.
It's
right?
clean, and it's a D and go.
That's right.
It
is a D and go.
It's a D and go.
That's a good band title right there. D and go.
It's got 4-wheel drive on the fly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
4 on the fly.
It's D and go and
that's
4 on the fly.
That's going to be the name of the first album.
So yeah, just let me know. Just let me know, because then if I can sell that off, then I can fix the bus, and then
there you go.
Then we're all set. All right, let's go. I'm actually going to Sign Garage today, right after the show, to drop off some hats for the Taper Up logo.
Right on.
So I'm really excited about that because the Sign Garage does everything, man. Super excited. I love going in there. They just got some new stickers that are really cool with Ogden, little campfires in them, mountains. So they're legit. And of course, they sponsor our contest of
Where'd Your Feet Take You?
Where'd Your Feet Take You? So you get now go get it. Trucker hat, limited edition. They're soon, within the next week, are going to be transferred over to Joel's garage.
That's true, they are.
We're doing a TrailManners transfer.
We are.
We got a finish line banner, canopy.
Not my garage, but more like my basement.
Wherever it's in your location.
Yeah.
And Joel's this week, he gets to pick the Woody Footy this week. And there were some really good ones. And I know who I was going to pick this week, too.
Oh, man.
There's like 3, but I would have picked Andrew Giles for sure if it was my turn.
If he goes back and takes that picture in the summertime, he's probably going to win. But right now, it's gray and it's white and it's frozen. He's not going to win with that picture.
And the only reason I'm saying that is
bust his nuts.
No, is because, but on the where I'm going to take this trip, right? Someone says, go to Edmonton.
I think I saw that.
and you probably could find a place to stay with Andrew and maybe bring him a hat because he's dying for one of those.
He is,
that was
right?
crap. I laughed. I'm like, that's super funny.
So this week's winner is Johannna Oxstrand. She lives up in Idaho Falls. She was down at the Behind the Rocks race. Pretty good looking picture she took.
That was.
There was other really good pictures that were taken out in Antelope Island, and I wanted to pick one for the winner, but everybody that submitted the picture had won in the past.
Well, and
Jeff Fulmer took probably the best picture.
That was rad. That was really good. I saw that one.
Yeah, he had a fantastic, and Flip Phone Martinez had great pictures from her time down in like canyons and arches, but she's a past winner.
Horseshoe Bend.
There was a fella that took a picture, a selfie. He was from either California or some other hippie state. Yeah. And he almost won.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but he had this magnificent full beard.
Yeah. Glorious.
It was humongous.
That's awesome.
And of course, the beard would have won. He not won, but his beard would have won.
His beard would have won.
Yeah.
He would have had to wrangle the hat on his beard.
Exactly right. But Johannna, congratulations. You took a great picture. We appreciate that.
So make sure you message me Manners at TrailManners.com and give me your mailing address. I've been to the post office. What is it? Every day this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Nice.
So what
That's
the heck?
good.
Let's do it again. Let's make another day out of it. What else we got going on here? Our Strava Week group, we had a couple new names on the list.
Whoa.
And we did not have an Andy Noyes sighting.
Whoa.
So this is kind of a monumental week.
It is.
Distance was Doug Metcalf, 104.2.
Right on.
Run time was Laura Western, 32:32.
Wow.
Climbing, you'll never guess who won this week.
Aaron Hill.
You got it again. She did 25:892 this week. Wow. So just even this week, she's done more than me this year. So that's just a week, and that's not even her biggest week so far. So way to go, everybody. That's just stellar. It's awesome. All right, now we're going to get into some Ask TrailManners.
Okay.
We got 2 questions this week. The first one, here we go. Oh, magnificent gurus of the great outdoors. I've been having this pain in my left hip for the past 2 or so months.
Right.
It's not debilitating, but it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't gotten any worse, but even though I have been running a lot less since my move, it hasn't gotten better either. Any ideas that don't involve a doctor? Sincerely, Lull in the Midwest.
I think you can do 2 things. One, you can ignore the hell out of it.
Yeah. Hope it goes away.
And since it's not debilitating, the other route you can take is get a hammer and just whack your hip, and it'll be debilitating, and you can go to the doctor.
There you go.
And get a legit diagnosis, which you should probably do in the first place.
It's a hip.
Yeah.
Hips are...
They're pretty important.
Yeah, that's one thing that you may not want to mess around with. And depends on where the pain is. I mean, you could go to someone like we go to Nate. I just hit Nate yesterday.
Right.
You know, maybe it's muscular that's pinching, or maybe it's, you never know. But he's a massage therapist, like a good one, isn't a doctor. So maybe try that route.
Yeah.
Deep tissue-wise, someone that's used to working on athletes.
But if that doesn't work, go to the doctor.
Yeah. It's a hip.
Yeah. Don't let that hitch in your giddy up get to the point where you can't run.
Yeah, because that'd make it even worse.
I mean, if we have more information where it's actually at in your hip, maybe we can give you more information, like better advice. Actually, the best advice is go to the doctor.
Yeah. That's and even if you wanted to do the massage guy first, some of them, like I've gone to Nate before when he's told me, you should probably go get this looked at.
Exactly.
Or nope, we got it back there.
Yeah. We're going to be that guy. Go get looked at. You got pretty good health care.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be good.
Go for it.
But get it checked out.
Yeah.
And don't be mad at us for saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you got health care. All right, here's a long one, and it's a good one.
This was a good one.
This was a good one. So, hey, dudes. There's a lot of O's in that. It's not a D-U-D, it's dudes. I'm in the process of trying to drop a few LBs in preparation for actually going to run some races this year, putts, etc. I remember you guys mentioning Operation Svelte a few times a while back. I even remember you mentioning cutting back on beer and even cheese curds.
Oh, my gosh.
I hope that's still going well for you, which it is. I haven't really gone over the top. I haven't gone, stress has taken over my life, so that's kind of worked its way in, but I still feel good.
Okay.
I'm wondering if you'd be willing to share what you think has been working for you and what you might recommend for others like me who are trying to ramp up the training and drop some weight. To be fair, I'll share what I'm doing. Yeah. First, I've almost completely eliminated soda from my meals. Okay, that's huge.
That's huge for him.
It is. I've even cut back on summit dues, which we're happy to hear.
For many reasons.
I've been trying to incorporate some strength training on my non-running days, mostly body weight exercises with some occasional dumbbell work mixed in.
Okay.
I've also been trying to watch my calories to try to be in a slight caloric deficit on most days. Mm-hmm. Heck, I've even mixed in a little intermittent fasting, basically eating within an 8-hour window, only taking in water over the next 16 hours a couple days a week.
Right.
This stuff's way advanced for me. Like I'm happy for this guy.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's just willpower. Mm-hmm. You're halfway there. I have had some success and have not felt overly taxed or burnt out. I'm just curious what you guys do and what you recommend. Mm-hmm. If you want to rip apart what I'm doing or tell me I'm doing it wrong, that's fine. I'll still listen to the podcast, but please keep me anonymous. Otherwise, feel free to use my name.
I know, right?
Also, thanks again for the putts entry. I met the guys again on Antelope Island this past weekend and getting more and more excited for the race. Thanks. And I'm not saying the name, and then I'm not going to say the name.
Captain Ginger.
Yeah. So here's a few things first. One thing I've never done, and I know this goes against a lot of people, I've never counted calories.
Right.
And a lot of it is because I don't think you can get a true count on most stuff you eat.
That would be really, especially if you do a bunch of vegetables and meats, right?
Yeah, or just mix things together, because you could read a can of soup.
Yeah, I mean, if you're eating all processed foods, you can track it.
But I never have, because it just seemed like it was just one more...
It's a pain in the butt.
Pain in the butt.
Really
I'm already like working on what I'm trying to do, and to add that extra level, for me, I've never done it. I know a lot of people do it, especially the ketogenic hardcore stuff.
Right.
I know a lot of people that do that, and I'm saying that, but that's one thing I haven't done. What I've done, honestly, and I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried all kinds of stuff. The best results I've ever had, and I'm not just talking about losing weight, I'm talking about how I felt, how I slept, how I everything has absolutely been the Primal Blueprint.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that's for everybody. I know people can knock it apart, everything else. I've seen it work for Jeff Browning. I've had other people on the podcast listen to the show that have done it and worked for him. And for me, the biggest thing for that is I just feel so much better.
Right.
Like my swelling after a run, I don't feel as sore. I feel, I don't know, I just eliminate a lot of crap, and that's basically what it is.
Right.
And it's not saying you have to go 100% in, like that's all I'm doing. But for me, it's the best results. The first 10 days are rough. Yeah. It's very similar to the whole food diet. Very similar. There's some changes to it. Yeah. But that's worked really well for me. And I'm okay with I've learned to not be so strict that it's not enjoyable either.
Right.
Like I'll have a beer occasionally.
Sure.
Because you know what? I still want to be a human being and enjoy life. I'm not just trying to, get down to 140 pounds and then get back up to 2. Because I'm not going to eliminate it the rest of my life.
Right.
But as far as how I felt on my runs, I think that's been the best for me. The other thing that's really worked, I know you probably hear and read about it and everything else, I don't put anything except water in my body after 7 p.m. Period. Yeah. And I usually go to bed at 10 or 11 too, so that you maybe adjust that when you go to sleep. But I don't put anything other than water in my, occasionally toothpaste if things don't go well. After 7 p.m., I don't ingest anything. And that just helps my body sleep. And I notice if I eat later, it's hard to fall asleep, and I feel like my body is trying to process stuff as I'm sleeping.
I sleep hotter.
It's what I'm saying. I sweat.
Yeah.
Meat sweats.
Yeah, you get
even I don't eat meat.
Yeah, you get the cheese curd sweats.
Yeah, and I don't have cheese curds.
Rough, man. You got to change the sheets.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's kind of what I've done. I haven't fasted, but I try and eat not huge meals. In the mornings, I sometimes will have a shake, like with water and some and vegetables and maybe some protein powder.
Right.
I'll have a shake for breakfast, and that usually tied me over. I eat a lot of eggs. I know what people say it's bad for your cholesterol.
No, but it's not, whatever.
But I've never had a cholesterol problem, and I've had it checked. I eat a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
I have incorporated some potatoes, not red, or not sweet.
Not sweet, but the reds.
But, reds.
Yeah.
And not an overabundance of them, but I know it's something technically. And just recently, I've started back on with like black beans and rice.
I love me some black beans.
I do too, and the rice is supposedly something you shouldn't be doing as much of.
Yeah.
Because it's a carb, it's, know, processed, everything else. But I have been doing that, or I'll do cauliflower rice, which is amazing.
That's good too.
I can't get
You
enough
go
of
to
that.
Costco, and they've got that pre-made.
For like $5.
No,
man.
can't go wrong with that.
But yeah, that's kind of what I do. My sweets boil down to fruits, an apple, something like that.
Right.
And the also thing I've learned too is I still will incorporate a gel or something for my long runs.
Yeah, you almost have to.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to be doing it anyway.
Right.
And it's not like a gel is going to screw your whole body up because it's a liquid and you're going to burn it that fast.
Hopefully it doesn't jack your stomach.
Yeah, and that's why I think you need to try those things.
You gotta keep that in the rotation.
Yeah, there you go.
As an ultra runner.
He's got to be in the bullpen.
Yeah,
but that's just kind of my things. I think otherwise, I mean, you look great. I've seen pictures of you. I think cutting back on soda, I don't care if you're an athlete or want to lose. I think that's huge. Like
really
my kids
is.
don't even drink that much soda because they've learned not to, and I don't really like them to drink soda.
It's not good for you.
Yeah, I drink Coke on races. That's it.
That's exactly.
I don't drink any sodas anymore at all.
No,
for a long time.
It's so bad for you.
What do you got, Joel?
I think everything he's doing, he's on track. Really, he is, because no one thing's going to be the magic bullet. It's the accumulation of stopping his soda intake, his 8-hour period of eating. He needs to combine that with making sure he's eating the right things during that 8 hour, and then the effect of that's going to be compounded. It's going to be greater. So that's awesome. Doing the strength training stuff, I don't care if it's body weight, it's still awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's something. What he's going to see, if he can start adding in some speed work or some really focused training runs, he's going to get to his goal faster.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that he really likes going out and peak bagging, which is fun, but maybe do some hill intervals on the way up. 3 minutes, maybe a mile, something like that. That's going to pay off dividends. So that way you still get to do the runs that you like to do, but then you've got some targeted training within that. He's on track.
Yeah.
He's doing awesome.
Well,
Keep it up.
I think some of it, too, is just that consistency. And
it's huge.
And it's such a mental game. So when he's saying he's doing all of these things, I'm like, I would love to think I could do that. And I'm like, I don't think I could do his fasting. I've tried fasting before.
Yeah. Well, what he means is that, so if he goes from, say, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., that's where his eating window is.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. That's a big window. And then after that, he's
like 16 hours of nothing, just water.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's hard for me. Like I think you get used. Sometimes you get used to it because I know when I start eating. The other thing I recommend too is checking out marksdailyapple.com or Primal Blueprint. It's just good stuff. It's not like gospel stuff, right? I mean, it's just like he really recommends, like some type of speed work, and even for non-runners, just for anybody that wants to eat healthy, like once a week. Make sure you're working hard. He talks about lifting heavy things, and he's not talking about 20 times. He's like, you need to do it 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like lift something extremely heavy that you're not going to hurt yourself.
Well, good form. Yeah,
good form. But it's just interesting stuff, and the more you read it, it's not as, I don't think it's as much mumbo jumbo as some of the other stuff I've read.
Right.
I
think it should make a good point. It's not doctrine.
Yeah.
People aren't going to be fanatics about what he's trying to get you to buy into.
And I think, again, it's just what works for you.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, I've known people that have done really well on other ways of their lifestyle, whether it's going vegan or whatever else. And I'm like, okay, that's not for me. It works for them, but it doesn't work for me. It's just like a gel. I might like a V fuel and to make you sick.
Oh,
right?
I don't like
so
V fuel.
everybody has their own thing. But like Joel says, what you're doing is great.
Yeah.
You're probably killing. I can't imagine that soda thing, though. I've seen some results just on soda stuff. Breads and sodas, cutting those out
Soda's
just as huge.
Get rid of that.
So that's really, and it's like me and Joel with beer. It's not like you can't have the occasional soda.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to do it to where it's like, well, this sucks. Maybe you do. I don't know. But for me, it's like
the soda thing is, it's not like beer.
Yeah.
They're apples and oranges, totally two different things.
No, I didn't mean like they're the same thing. I'm just saying that's my vice, right? Is a beer, and so his might be a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
So I'm like, don't say you can never
once
have
a
one
week,
again.
Like Saturday night.
Yeah.
That can be his time to have Mountain
Dew. Not too late because it might spike you and you might be up all night.
It's true. If you don't have caffeine during the week, that could really jack you.
Yeah. Yeah. Great job. We'd love to kind of see see your progress.
We'll see it by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
He's gonna be. I mean, he's already crushing, but by the end of the summer, he's gonna be like, heck yeah, game on.
I mean, I'll see you at putts too, and I'm sure we'll see it before then. But yeah, great job, and thanks for the questions. Because what we've noticed too, and we get emails, believe it or not, people email us and say, "Hey, this is great. I got so much out of this one." Even yesterday, I posted about losing your mojo, kind of getting in a funk. You know, and there's a lot of great information.
Yeah, there
and
was.
some people were like, "Oh, I need this," or that's a great idea. Right. And all of them, like volunteering was one of them that Alex Terrell put. And I'm like, yeah, me at the finish line of this race, I wasn't even volunteering. I was there. Huge.
You just ended up helping out.
Yeah, huge. And
that's how it goes.
And like I'm going down to Design Traverse in a few weeks. I'm super excited for that. So that's what's keeping me going.
I know. I'm going down to Arizona. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That.
But I mean, I've been in a funk, and that's why I posted it personally. I've been running, but nothing big and nothing as consistent as I need to be. But it's always good to hear what works for other people, right? And that's all this is. We're just a big forum sounding board. So keep those coming, and thanks for everybody participating in all those things. So I think that's about it for the week. Don't forget about the contest.
Yes.
Because those are free, brand new, in plastic. They don't even have my sweat on them. No salt. And then we'll have the Barkley winner announcement next week for what you thought your result was for Barkley. Because there was a few people said no finishers, but I didn't say the correct answer would win.
Yeah.
So we'll see who gets that one.
It's whoever we like.
Whoever we like to. Sometimes he's like good comedy.
Yeah.
Like good comments.
That's always going to win over anything else in my book.
That looks pretty cool. All right. Well,
you know what? Ty Draney.
Oh, yeah. We should mention that.
The
White Mountains 100. Yep.
Didn't he win?
That's where that little follow thing was hard for me to follow because of race morning when I clicked on it, it had last year's bibs in there still.
Yeah.
And so
I think he won.
Did he?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm going to put that out there and say congratulations.
And either way, congratulations. I'm sure someone will post that you did or didn't win.
I think he did.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that.
All right. So good job.
Yeah.
Good job. In the snow.
In
minus 30
below.
Because Brian Powell was up there.
That'd be a big fat no for me.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah. I don't 100 miles in the snow.
Oh God, no.
That's only for me. That's just like survival. It's not something I want to do.
No.
I got to put on my best Leonardo DiCaprio and the show that started with an R. Reverend. That's what it was. Yeah.
Ooh, that bear scene was something else. The Reverend.
Well, I was sitting up pretty close to the screen as we were at the group, and I wasn't ready for that because I didn't hear as much about it, and I don't like gory stuff. Yeah. But when that happened, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I love bears. I did. I love bears too. Yeah. So I'm like, and I don't like Leonardo DiCaprio. So in the back of my mind, I was totally cheering for the bear. I'm like, "Who's king of the world now?" Titanic.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, have a great weekend. Everybody have a happy and safe Easter. Be careful with the April Fool's jokes. Don't go over the top. You won't see one on our Facebook page.
No.
Like something like, "Hey, we lost our microphones. We won't do any more podcasts from this point forward," or "Hey, everything in the shop is free." You won't see anything like that from us. So don't worry about it. We'll still be here for next week. So thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for the Ask TrailManners questions. Don't forget about the contest, and don't forget to register for the Ogden Trail Running Festival. Still have tickets for that guy that ran across the Americas. So we got tickets for
Kids K.
We got Kids K, which is going to be awesome.
We got the Ricky Gates night.
Yeah, which is going to be awesome. $25, and you're going to get more than that in return.
You get free food from Roosters, free beer from Roosters,
plus a swag bag, plus extra discounts on the already discounted Amer Sport stuff.
You get to hear Ricky Gates tell his story about running 2,500-ish miles across the U.S.
Man, that's going to be the best part, really.
And then the next day, we've got the
Ogden Trail Running Festival,
the Gib Wallace 4-mile and 10-miler.
And there's money to be had, folks, for the 10-milers. And just a fun time to be had for everybody.
And you don't have to be super fast to enter the 10-miler. No. Anybody can enter it.
It's a great course.
Yeah. Somebody asked me that question this week, and I said, no, anybody can run that.
Yeah. It's not an Olympic qualifier.
Not yet.
And then we also, during that, we have a great food vendor doing some food. The peddlers are going to be there.
They're going to do
street tacos.
Street tacos.
And all the money that they raise for that will help them open up a bike shop and guiding shop in Nepal.
That's pretty cool.
So this is like their last real event
hurrah
before they move their whole business to Nepal. Mm-hmm. And so every bit of the proceeds goes to them to help out in Nepal. So that helps.
That's cool.
Plus, we're going to have a lot of other vendors there. We're going to have race directors setting up booths. We're going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope to see you there May 4th and 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and May the 4th be with you day. We nailed it. So, other than that, have a great week. Happy Easter, and get out there and run.